Hello, friends. Rumor around town is that Mr. McCarthy talked too much yesterday, so I'm going to try and pick up the pace, zip up my lips when necessary, and get you through a little bit faster yesterday instead of a little bit slower like I did yesterday. Today, our goal is to be able to multiply a 2, 3, or 4-digit number by a 2-digit number when we are all said and done. So, that being said, let's go right to the Khan Academy. Pause this video, jump into the Google Slides that you were always presented with, and view the Khan Academy video there. I'll pause and wait. You do the video and then come on back. Woo, all right. Sorry, you guys missed a pretty tremendous sneeze that I was building up to there. Sorry if I was hard to understand for a moment. Anyway, I'm hoping that the video there gave you a little bit of a refresher. I'm assuming you did this in 4th grade, but it could be incorrect. But we're going to take what you learned last year and what you learned in that bit of Khan Academy, and we're going to move on. Now, some different ways to approach things. You can multiply 12 by 30, and one method, this looks very confusing, but all it's really asking you to do is do 12 times 3 times 10. 12 times 3, add a 0 to it. And what that's also showing you here is you do 12 times 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Pause the screen if you need to and just process what this young lady's sharing with us, and then continue when ready. I'll advance up to the other corner. All right, so that's one way to do it. Moving on. And so they showed you via pictures in that one, and here what they're doing is just do the 12 times 3 and add the 0. Or you can do this 12 times 30, put a 0 here, and then do 12 times 3. This is a little bit funky the way they've got it laid out. I'd almost rather do this method here, but, you know, hey, different strokes for different folks, man. Now, 60 by 20. They're saying do 60 times 2 times 10, which is 120 times 10, or 1200. Some of you may have also learned that when you're dealing with numbers that end in zeros, you could take the 6, you could take the 2. That's 6 tens times 2 tens is 12 tens. But then you've also got your 0 and your 0. 10 times 10 is 100. And you got those hundreds there. So 6 times 2 and add 2 zeros. All right, some different ways to approach it here. Watch the Khan video, watch me, read these methods, and find what works for you. I kind of like this little cheat method here. But you got to understand why it works. Let's clear the screen. All right, finally, this is what you saw in the Khan video. Place value, very, very important. When you're multiplying this first row, you're doing 8 times 3 is 24, carry the 2, 8 times 6 plus 2 is 50. When you multiply 63 by 2 tens, you put this 0 here as a placeholder, and you start in the tens place because you're multiplying by the tens place. Okay, should be review. You just did it with Khan. Why don't you do the problem below? You pause, I pause, we solve, and then we come back together. All right, I was going to do the work while you weren't watching, but I kind of want to just do it while you're watching. 97 times 3 ones. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 9 is 27, plus 2 is 291. Then we're moving over. We're multiplying by the tens place, so we start in the tens place. I can add a 0 here as a placeholder in the ones to make sure I start here. 5 times 7 is 35. Carry the 3. That's actually 50 times 7. 5 times 9 is 45, plus 3 is 48. Add it all up. And it should be 5,141. You could do the rounding over here. Yeah, I saw that. So the estimate shows the answer is, I don't know why there's 2 blanks there, is, oh, it shows why the answer 5,141 is close or accurate, or is reasonable, I guess. Wait, make it more confusing. All right, moving on. Moving right along. We're almost done, actually. All right, multiply, then estimate to check if your answers are reasonable. I will try and show all of that work, but I'm going to have it flash on the screen at once. So do your work as you pause and then come back to me when you're done. All right, there's the first 6. Hopefully what you got matches up with what I've got. I want to show you one thing real quickly that jumped out at me that makes me really happy. Is anytime I see a double, I get really excited and stick it on the bottom. Because once I do 4 times 5 and 4 times 6 or 4 times 65, and I get 260, I can actually just copy that same answer and move it over one place. and then just add it all up. So anytime you encounter a double, here's your strategy of the day. Stick it on the bottom. If something looks wrong, check with the calculator and then have a good laugh at my expense if I goofed up. I'm going to clear the screen here and pause, and I'm going to solve the last two. All right, hopefully I got it right. Notice when I did my doubles here, I stuck it on the bottom so I can just do the 855 and 855. Whoa, back up, McCarthy. Yeah, and then hopefully you went through on the last ones. If you need to go back and check, this is close to 10,000. This is pretty close to 8,100. Hopefully all my previous answers were reasonable. If not, we can go like this. And that takes too long, but we can do it. Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. I'm almost done, I promise, I promise. Oh, it's not letting me. Well, whatevs. You can pause the video, go back, check to see that that stuff is reasonable. I'm going to bust the screen clear. Take a look. Workbook pages, these are probably the first 2 pages of the lesson. This is a partial lesson, so we'll finish up tomorrow. Double check with your teacher to see what your homework is, but do your workbook pages as assigned by them and IXL as well. That's it. I'm done. Bye, friends.